Hello and welcome to the next installment of In the Scene. I'm Katie,
And I'm Amanda.
and today we are going to talk about country music. So, first things first about country music, the types of people that listen to it. What can we say?
They're not normally Southerners. Usually people that think they're from the South, but are actually from the North sometimes.
I would say that's a good majority of the people we know.
True.
Yeah, no, especially like how they had the mega ticket this
yeah,
year.
That's right.
I knew a lot of people that bought it. It was like I think close to $200, but you went to like 10 concerts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But you know what's funny though is like for us, like us punk or us pop punk people,
Yes.
we have Warped Tour, and it's
We
essentially
do.
the same thing as a mega ticket, but like a quarter of the price.
Yes.
But-
And a majority more of the talent.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, so there's this chart on alternativepress.com, and what it did was it basically took people's Facebooks and they gathered, based on their political beliefs, they analyzed their favorite TV shows, books, and music based on their political beliefs, and they made a chart of it. So
Interesting.
basically so it was Democrats and Republicans, and then there was people that kind of fell in between for with regards to the topic. So it was a huge chart, and it had all these different artists on it, and some of them were more on the Democrat side, and some of them were more on the Republican side, and then some of them were in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the artists on like the Democratic side were rap artists, R&B artists, more like popular artists you hear on the radio, like Eminem was on that side, the Beatles all the way were on that side, and I think Beyonce or something was on there, and Lady Gaga.
That's right.
There was a lot of it was mostly very popular music. And then in the middle, you had people like Taylor Swift, Johnny Cash,
Pink Floyd.
Artists that a lot of people know about and like, but they're not by any means their favorite.
No.
But they're just like generally liked by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then more on the countryside, it was Toby Keith, Miranda Lambert, Therese Atkins, Zach Brown bands. A lot. Really, the only thing on that side was country music, and nothing. I didn't see any other type of artists. So it was more of like. So I would say about the country music fan or audience, they're more of a they like their thing. And they don't really like. There's not a lot of variety in the country music. Like they like what they like.
That's true.
That's what they stay with.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is that these fans, they go to these concerts, and country concerts actually get pretty crazy. I think it's Brad Paisley who does the mud pits and mud wrestling.
I think so.
Yeah, because I know of people that have done that there.
Wow, that's interesting.
So what's funny is that Alternative Press had this article about this woman that was kicked out of a country concert, I believe in California.
Yeah.
And it was because she had her 4-month-old child with her.
Oh, Lord.
And the security officials there were like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but there is no way to protect your child's hearing."
No.
And she's like, "They threw me out because I was breastfeeding him." I mean, aside from the fact, there's nothing wrong with publicly breastfeeding your child.
No.
But to, first of all, bring your child to a country concert.
Yeah, that's way too loud for a newborn child.
And you don't know where she was sitting.
Exactly.
She could have had seats. I'm assuming she had seats.
Probably.
Because I know a lot of places do the lawn venues. But,
True. Yeah.
God forbid she was on the lawn. That probably would have been even more dangerous.
Yeah, that's really unsafe.
And, that's just, I guess the types of people that, they don't think.
Yeah.
Not to say that every, person that listens to country music is like that, but, that's...
No.
I've never heard of that happening at a rock concert.
Exactly. It's kind of like a stereotype.
And, I've never really heard of that happening with any other type of artist or anything.
True.
But country music is just so big.
Yeah, it really is. And it's really growing. I don't know, recently, it's just grown as a genre. It's become more popular.
Yeah.
People love going to country concerts. That's evident. Seems like a fun time.
And what's interesting is that one of the biggest rock magazines in the nation, Rolling Stone,
Mm-hmm.
has a website dedicated to news about country music.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And it's literally, there's the regular Rolling Stone website, and then there's a whole country music website.
That's amazing.
I'm not sure if they have an actual country magazine. I wouldn't be surprised
yeah, but
if
they
they
definitely
did.
highlight country music in their magazine.
But it was incredible because I never thought of Rolling Stone doing something like that. And what's even more interesting is Spin, another larger, more well-known rock magazine.
Yeah.
Did an article about the Grammy performances this past year, and the number one performance was Miranda Lambert doing her song Little Red Wagon.
That's amazing.
It was before all of these other popular performances, before Lady Gaga, before even Paul McCartney, Rihanna, and
Beyonce.
Before all of those people, before all these top hits, before Ed Sheeran.
Before Tony Bennett.
And it was just so interesting to think that a country artist, which is a genre that, people, especially in our area, aren't really listening to.
True.
But you have to think it's, this grand scale of most of America wants to listen to that music that they relate to, because most of America is, once you get into like the middle and the southern part, is farms and cornfields.
That's true.
And it's always warm. And
so there's music that's now like emulating that trend.
Yeah, and it's relatable, and because more than I'd say a good 3/4 of our country relates to it.
True.
It's, become this huge thing.
It has.
But yeah, so country music, the next big thing.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Katie.
And I'm Amanda.
See you guys.
Bye.